Hello, my name is Craig Ross, and I'm Nexternal's VP of Sales. Today we have something special in that we're going to look at the 5 must-haves for your B2B e-commerce platform. In case you're not familiar with the term B2B, it typically refers to retailers and distributors ordering directly from the manufacturer or merchants ordering from their distributors. Most B2B systems will be password protected and only allow access from pre-approved customers. We're here today because B2B e-commerce is exploding in popularity. In fact, it very much reminds me of where consumer e-commerce was 10 years ago. If we remember back to that time, e-commerce was growing at an astonishing rate. Well, it's happening again, just this time it's happening on the business to business side. And it makes total sense if you think about it. People now expect to be able to place orders from you these days, any type of order, B2B, B2C. From a customer perspective, they expect to be able to place an order. And when they're placing a B2B order, why should it feel any different than the consumer experience? At this point, your customers rightfully expect to have a great experience with you, regardless of the type of order they're placing. So, what are the 5 must haves for your B2B e commerce platform? Well, I conveniently have them right here. Number 1, brand extension. Number 2, customer segmentation. Notice the all caps. Number 3, super simple reordering. 4, mobile. And 5, robust integration tools. Before we get started, let me mention that everything I'm going to show you is already included in the Nexternal platform, and there's no additional charge to use any of these tools. Also, it's natural for you to have questions, so please type them into the webinar interface. We'll have time at the end to go through them. So let's take a look. We're going to start with number 1, brand extension, using our First Fairway demo, which is a fictitious golf company. So when we start at First Fairway's website, this is not your Nexternal system or your e-commerce system. This, of course, is your website or an example of a website. For most B2B merchants, they'll have some sort of link, like a dealer login or retailers click here, whatever they want to call it. So once we do, we're then brought to your B2B login. So again, only pre-approved customers have access to this. Since it's a demo, it's conveniently pre-populated for me, and we can log in. So now that we're in the B2B platform, it still matches the website. The website's navigation, the branding, the all the elements, stylistic elements, navigation elements, etc., live here as well. So it looks and feels familiar, and it's super friendly, just like a consumer store. So even though we're in a B2B environment, it makes it friendly and easy for me to shop. My guess is most people listening right now, they probably have ordered from their vendors in the past, and they're brought to a template driven, basically a glorified order form, which is not at all friendly, and it's probably pretty clunky. And you're thinking, why is the manufacturer making me jump through all these hoops? I just want to call them. It's so much simpler. Customers should never have that experience. It should be super friendly, just like your consumer store is. That's what people expect these days. So your branding should be apparent throughout the entire shopping experience. Number 2, and this is the big one, customer segmentation. Your customers have a certain relationship with you that's probably been developed over, who knows, sometimes even many, many years. You want to do everything to enhance that. You really want to enhance that relationship online, not create a wall or a detriment to that relationship like a lot of what I'll call old school e-commerce systems do. So your customers should be recognized, and they should have the experience they expect in your online store. So for example, if we go back to First Fairway, maybe I'm shopping for accessories I need to restock. I'm logged in, I'm Ted Knight in this case. I can see my specific pricing. I can see my products. So it is completely personalized to me. My pricing, my products, even my payment options that I have. Now let's log out and take this example a step further. And we're going to log in as a different customer of yours. In this case, somebody who works for Nexternal. Now, since they work for Nexternal, you clearly want to give them the best possible price. And so when they log in, they can see that. They're not seeing the wholesale price. They're seeing the Nexternal special price. And if I go to accessories, I can see, for example, the teas, a case pack of the teas are available to me. Ted Knight can't buy this. Ted Knight doesn't even know this option exists. But Nexternal customers, my Nexternal customers who order from me, they have access to my absolute best special limited edition products. So that type of experience is very simple. They can see the Nexternal special price. In this case, not only is it labeled differently, the price is indeed different for the towel than what Ted saw. And for something like the teas, maybe Nexternal not only has special products in this case, but there's special quantity discounts on top of their special pricing. For example, if I buy 100 or more, I get 20% off. So customer types critically important for B2B e-commerce. Your customers should have the same relationship online that they have with you, offline, if you will, and this should be a tool to enhance that relationship. So things like specific products for that customer, their specific pricing, their specific payment options. You can even have different layout classes so that this can be branded to really welcome me as an external customer into your store. Those type of tools are all really simple and external and critically important. You want to enhance your relationship. Point 3, reordering. While this makes all the sense in the world, a lot of systems really aren't good at allowing customers to reorder from you. This is critically important in a B2B environment. For a lot of B2B merchants, their customers tend to need the same thing over and over again. They place an order, they'll sell through, they need to basically restock their shelves with those same products. We make that really simple. In the shopping cart, I can click on my account reorder link, and then I can see the past orders I've had with this merchant. So for example, maybe I need to basically duplicate this order where I stocked up on tees and golf balls. All I need to do is click the reorder button. And what's absolutely fantastic about this is one, it puts everything in the cart to make it real easy to duplicate, but I can still modify. So, well, we bought 5 golf balls last time. Season's really coming into play. We better up that to 15. Not a problem. Simply change the quantity field and then I can check out. So really simple for me to place reorders. This is way faster than for me to call the merchant on the phone. Number 4, mobile. This is also becoming super important. Your customers expect to be able to order from you not only on the computer and have a great experience, they expect to be able to order from you on any device. So for example, if we look at my phone, I'm logged into First Fairway just like we did, and I can see the tees case pack because I'm logged in. Most of the world does not know this product exists. And when I click on it, even though I'm on my phone, all the information's here. I can see my external special price. I can see my special quantity discounts. Everything's here. So think about it from the perspective of your customers. Your customers, they might be in their warehouse, looking at the bins and trying to figure out what they need to do to restock, and they can visually see, hey, we're getting low on these teas. The person in the warehouse, they don't have their laptop with them. They'll maybe get back to it in an hour or two, but they got their phone right in their pocket. They can literally reorder those products in just a couple seconds right from their phone. It doesn't get any more efficient than this. So make sure that B2B, you not only have it in the traditional sense, but that you also really support it on mobile devices. Critically important these days, and it's going to become even more so. The 5th point to talk about is robust integration tools. And I really want to look at this from 2 different perspectives. The first will be in your store itself, and in a sense what you're offering to your customer. For example, I bet most of you have also placed B2B orders yourselves in the past, and those B2B systems will never tell you what your shipping cost is going to be. Why is that? Or in the case where you do have to pay sales tax, they don't tell you that either. Well, why are they going to just give me part of the equation and not the whole thing? The system should be integrated with those type of systems, like shipping and sales tax, things of that nature. So clearly Nexternal does this. We're integrated with the major shipping carriers. So even in a B2B sense, I can see what my shipping cost is going to be and what my options would be. So maybe in this case we did qualify for free ground, but we really need to get this stuff overnight. Okay, and I'm willing to pay for it. I can do so. So make sure that your customers have those tools. You don't want them to get surprised where hey, I told you I needed this overnight, but I didn't expect it to be $300. I really could have lived with ground and only taken a day or two later. If you only told me that, you can avoid those type of problems by exposing this to your customers in a B2B environment as well. The second thing I want to talk about from this perspective is the tools so that your e-commerce system can talk with your other systems. For example, most manufacturers will use an ERP system, and that ERP system undoubtedly is going to have their inventory information. You don't want to manage your inventory information in ERP and in your e-commerce. If you integrate the two of them, they'll talk with each other and have consolidated inventory across systems. And so with Nexternal, this is very simple using our included XML tool set. There's 10 different tools. They're very powerful, allow for bidirectional information sharing, order information, customer information, product and inventory information, so that you're doing all your management in one place. You don't have to manage multiple systems. So these are the 5 must-haves that any B2B e-commerce platform needs. The key, and it's really simple, but most B2B systems don't think in these terms. The key is that all of your customers are treated to the best possible shopping experience, no matter who they are. So let's take some questions. The webinar interface isn't great, so please do your best to type in questions, and I will do my best to answer them. And let's see what we have here. First question is, can you show the back end and how to set up a business customer? Great question, and I came prepared for something like that. So we're going to show this is now the what we call the order management system. This is the back end of Nexternal if you're not familiar with it. So if we go to the customer section, I can easily add a customer by clicking on the new button. And then I simply fill in the blanks. What's their name, phone number, email address, company name, that type of stuff. The key really here is, and I have to move this out of my way, the key is going to be for the customer type. So you can have, within reason, as many customer types as you need, and you can call them whatever you want. So specifying the customer to the correct type is going to then allow them to see their products, their pricing, their tax requirements if necessary, their payment options, etc. So that's really all there is to it. Literally take you 2 seconds to put let's say 30 seconds to put a customer in the system. As far as the types concept is concerned, at the top of the customer screen, you have a types button. And so here's where you can set up as many customer types as you need. You can even define discounts to them by customer type if necessary. And there's some advantages to doing it that way, and there's some disadvantages depending on your business requirements. And then on this next screen, you get to specify what you want to call them. There's a ranking concept, which comes into play as far as which payment options are available to these customer types. You can specify specific price labels so that the customer can see, for example, the Nexternal special price. You can control, do I have to collect tax from this customer if they're in one of my taxable states, and do they have access to my B2B store? So real simple to configure this, and then real simple to set up my customers as I need to. Next question. You said within reason, how many customer types can I have? That's also a great question. I'm really comfortable with 100, 200 different customer types in the system. That's easy enough. More than that, it starts getting to be just an unwieldy process pretty much in general. So depending on how you handle your B2B sales, most of our clients have way fewer than that, but up to 200, maybe even more. That's totally fine. More questions. Is there reporting by type? Yes. So if we go to the in the customer section, if we click on report, for example, I can do a type report right here. So it's going to aggregate my product order totals by basically by customer type. So yes, that's really simple. Next, let's see here. What sort of CRM capabilities are built into the system? Love that question. Okay, so from a CRM perspective, you have three options for clients who need to and want to track customer relationship activities right within the system. So if we go back to our customers, This is really great. I can track my customer activities in the system, and I can assign my customers to specific users. So for example, we're logged in as D user, so Jim Ackerman belongs to us. If I click on Jim's last name, I can see all the information I have with this customer, different addresses, their orders, any comments and notes I have, any activities I've had, for example, tracking phone calls. I can track new activities and keep track of everything. So, for example, maybe called Jim, but he was busy, said to call back on Monday as he would have his order ready. So I can log my activity, submit it, and then I can change my follow-up date to Monday. So that Monday when I come in and click on my Today button, I can see that, oh yes, I need to follow up with Jim. I can see all my past activities with him, makes it really simple. The other options that you have on top of this are that Nexternal has a built-in integration with Salesforce.com. So for our clients who have sophisticated CRM capabilities and they want their order data and customer data to flow into Salesforce, that's easy enough. And then the third option you have is with Nexternal's XML toolset, if you're doing something else for CRM for whatever reason, and you want to pull all your order and customer data out that way, you have that option. So there's a question about can a customer save an order? Um, Yes, there's a couple different ways to answer that question. One is that the system will save somebody's cart for 30 days. So, for example, and they can the cart will follow them across devices. So, for example, I can start building my cart on my desk. I'm at my office. I start putting the stuff I need in my cart. Then maybe I need to go over to purchasing and get approval from them, and then I'm in my purchasing manager's office maybe that day or maybe the next week or several weeks from now. He gives me the go ahead. I can take out my phone, log in, my cart contents will be right there. I can hit submit order. So yes, you can absolutely do that. We also have it's real simple for somebody to start building out their cart and then come back to it when they're ready, as long as it's within 30 days. Let's see, next question. Can I have multiple XML integrations? Yes, you can really have as many different XML integrations as you need. So if you have a scenario where, for example, you need your external system to talk to your ERP system and a warehouse management system and maybe an accounting system all simultaneously, absolutely no problem. And actually in our user section, there's a way to control there's controls in there, so you can control which XML integration can um, have access to which data. So you can really lock it down as you need to. Excuse me. Um, let's see. Is the saving the cart for 30 days specific to B2B or for all customers? That's for all customers. Every customer's cart will be saved for 30 days. That's also an excellent question. Also, if it's not apparent, if you haven't seen Nexternal before, for example, included with Nexternal are B2C and B2B capabilities. So you can manage all of your orders within a single system. So yes, that type of functionality applies to customers as well. And for customers, that can be super important as well. Customers like to shop when they're at work and supposed to be working, so it's great that the customer can come back maybe when the boss isn't looking over their shoulder and finally submit their order. So that is how B2B is handled in Nexternal. Just like everything else in the system, it's easy to use, quite powerful, and it's pretty awesome if I do say so myself. If you have any questions about anything we looked at, please do not hesitate to give your account executive a call. If you're currently evaluating an external and not yet working with someone, please don't hesitate to give me a call. I would really look forward to talking with you. Thank you for joining us today.